Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we'll be covering a little bit of like Etheria tips and tricks, really. And it's not really much of a tip and trick, but it's more or less how to construct your teams to do what you need them to do when you need them to do it. And we'll just go ahead and name it. There'll be like a couple skips throughout just so I can be able to make the little cuts to where they need to be. But the definition will be speed tuning. I'll try to like add that somewhere around here to be able to give it some type of some kind of definition. But speed tuning in regards to your team will be making your team tuned with the right speed to where each of them do what they need to do in the order they need to do it while accomplishing whatever effect that you're trying to make happen. And it's pretty difficult to speed tune because, I mean, as soon as you get like a really high speed piece of gear, you know, you get really excited, throw it on your character, call it a day, right? Well, speed tuning is super important in making sure that your runs go flawlessly with what you're aiming to do. And before we dive down in here, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and check out the other videos that are on this channel. We'll also be able to here soon, once I find out how they get this little mirroring little app ready, we will be covering Kaiju number 8, the game. The gacha just released last night, so I'm pretty excited to cover that. Got a lot of stuff on there, and we'll be moving forward from there. So back to speed tuning. Speed tuning is interesting, and I'll show a few instances of where speed tuning holds a candle to what you need. And we'll start like simply here. I'll go to Shell Drop. I know it's like 2 times event, but it's important to show how this works. So in speed tuning, you know, you want everybody to do whatever they have to do in the order they need to do it. So in this order that I have here, I have Klaus going first to drop the defense down. I also have this little lady here, Nymphonial, being able to put the shield to do all the attack since I don't have an attack buffer on the team. And then I also have Nail that is throwing the vulnerability on Nico Nana, making it to where once it gets down to this lady here, Lilium, we're able to like provide the crazy most amount of damage without having any issue. So let's go ahead and check it out, and I'll show you how it all looks and how it all goes. So there we go, we have that. And what's important to note is that we also have Nell, who's going to speed up and pick up. All right, we one shot. I've been wanting to do that for the longest time. I've been wanting to one shot the enemy forever. Y'all seen it here. I was able to one shot Nico Nana. That was pretty cool. Nifty. Been wanting to do that since like the inception of trying to do this. Will I ever make it on here? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, they're making business over here, right? All right. So, anywho, that is speed tuning, making it to where everybody has a role that is done. And there's other inceptions of this where it's done just correctly. I mean, sometimes you can get with it, sometimes you can't. There's other times where it's just kind of weird, where it just doesn't happen. But speed tuning is rough. It get nasty sometimes. The speed tuning of this is iffy. Speed tuning is kind of iffy for this fight, but it's possible. But you know, it's still possible. I mean, speed tuning is just making sure everybody can be able to like get all their stuff out of the way. and makes it to where it's like it's easy. Game's slightly easier when you're able to speed tune correctly, especially when you're going off of your current, like whatever your enemy that you're going against is, too. You got to make sure you keep that in mind, that you're making sure that you operate within what you need. Oh, that's good, I guess. Even though I don't use gold mine. More speed tuning that's like really important will be the Rengoku fight. Rengoku fight is like a really big on speed tuning. Everybody has to be like super fast for Rengoku, and like I can show you this. So here we go. So we have this happening. Boom. Then we have, it should have been her. I don't know how that ended up happening. I mean, but we'll take it. We'll take it. You can't go wrong with it. It means everybody gets protected afterwards. It's actually good that that happened that way. That works out in my favor big time. Okay. So, as you can tell, speed tuning here was kind of off in my opinion, but like it still works. It still works all the way. But like it's fine. Like they're still doing what they're supposed to do. Ooh, Lily dying is just not a fun time. But it's okay because Rengoku's dead, right? And that's the speed tuning that you kind of want to aim for. You want to make sure all your debuffers go before your DPS. Pretty much. That's all you really want to do. And make sure that you speed tune it just right. I can show y'all a couple things that, you know, like my Lily is sitting at this. But I know that once she does her twin trick, I know that she's going to pull the DPS super fast up, right? Well, then other people, you want to make sure that they're faster than Lily at this point. You know, that's what you want to aim for. Faster than Lily. If you get faster than Lily, you're doing good. And then if you have them like really close to Lily, they'll go right before your DPS goes, which helps out greatly. Like, and Tsukiyomi does the same thing with her speed tuning, and you pretty much want to aim to get everybody up as fast as possible. And then after that, try to speed tune based on what you can put together. Because one thing that's important, speed is king on this game. So you want to make sure that your speed tuning is correct and make sure that you're following some type of proper proceeding when it comes down to having that all put together. I'm probably good to go for that. Golly, this stuff is already maxed out. But speed tuning is super important. You want to just like pump out as much speed as possible and make sure that all your people are sped up. You know, you don't want to be left behind when it comes down to the speed game. Speed game is crazy, and speed game will make you feel like you're going through some things, because I felt that way for a while. Just trying to grind speed. Grinding speed is a kick in the rear. I'm telling you, you will hate yourself slightly for trying to chase speed. It's going to happen. You're not going to be happy with yourself, and then you'll be more frustrated with the rolls. It's really the rolls that really get people the worst. I mean, right now we have this 2x event that's going on right now, and it helps a lot. Put this up there. That effect accuracy is good. You want to make sure that all your people have what they need. Like you really do. Like that is like coming from one gamer to the next on here. Make sure that all your people are like where they need to be, and also of course have fun. You don't want to play this and then just like hate yourself while playing it. You know, have fun. If you can't speed up your characters, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. There's some things that you'll kind of be caught up behind, but you know, you can't get caught up trying to manifest too much. You know, just take the game one day and one piece of gear at a time. That's pretty much like the biggest thing that you can do when it comes down to playing this, because the RNG here is like ridiculous, and you'll be frustrated to say the least. But speed tuning is pretty simple. The hardest part is getting the gear where you get speed tune. That's really it. Getting the gear to speed tune without really just saying like, hey, I can't do nothing else but having to do this. And I guess I can kind of like do this one right before closing this video out. All right, so speed tuning here is actually pretty interesting. So we have here, then she's going to drop that, take them down, then boom, that's going to happen. There's the stun, and then we're going to have the Shadow Flame Hoyin getting like completely like dilapidated here with that move. And then what's going to happen here should be the pushback, then the restun. That really didn't matter. That shouldn't have happened. That pushback is what really caused all that. And then after that, we'll have the then boom. That is how speed tuning should work. You pretty much should like be able to telegraph everything that is supposed to happen in the order it's supposed to happen and what you want to happen. And alongside speed tuning, make sure you have the correct stuff available for your characters. Like right here is effect accuracy for my debuffers. You need to make sure those are up. You're not going to inflict anything if your effect accuracy is super low. Sadly, it's not going to happen. There's a lot of things that you can get away with, but speed tuning, you can't. Speed tuning serves no purpose if you don't have like all your stats where they need to be. You know, everything has to be up. I think the only one that's like kind of lagging is her, but like for the most part, everybody's up and up and at them really. And I enjoy the way this game makes you have to like put things in perspective and like make you think. It makes you think. You know, you're not just going to just hop in and just be like, okay, you know, that's it. It makes you think, and it makes you put everybody in order to where you're going to get the most maximum amount of what you should get based on how much you put into it. And of course, I know this is RNG, but put into it, meaning that you are actively grinding and putting in the time to get the gear. And then once you get the gear, speed tune everybody. There's times where I've heard different people have on here where they slow down a character just so it can fit within the means of a well-oiled machine. That's pretty much what's going on here. You're creating that well-oiled machine that needs to be able to operate correctly, to be able to inflict whatever it is that you're trying to. And then of course that also works in the arena as far as your defense team. Your defense team works off of that same mechanic. I can actually change this formation. What is it formation? Yeah, we can actually get rid of them too, and we can actually put in put Mio. This is like super toxic. Put Mio and that's crazy. 2 units like this is like insane because his speed is like crazy. Her speed is crazy, and of course that's crazy. And of course if I put on what the hell that is, White Fang on her is like unreal, super unreal. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. That is speed tuning. If there's any other type of questions, concerns, comments, or anything, definitely use the comment section. Leave anything so I can be able to address anything that I might have missed, and making sure that it wasn't explained in an odd end way, but it's very easy to mistake what you need on here versus what's happening. And for the most part, speed is king, and speed is the only way to make it to like in especially the PvP side. But PvE, it's for sure something. And there is something that I did watch by that Zeppelin. I want to say CWC Zep, that content creator. I watched a video on his the little Freya breaking down and making putting his mathematical equations behind her pretty much being a 400 speed unit and being able to do the pushback and do everything that she needs to do. It's big. It's really hard to come by. And when you have that kind of stuff put together and you understand how the game works and how the mechanics work, it makes it a lot easier. So y'all make sure that y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend doing this double drop, quadruple drop, whatever the hell, double consumption event. And hopefully your rolls are good to where you can be able to speed tune your teams a lot better, a lot more consistent. And of course, y'all take it easy and have a good one.